What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 360 Sports. Today we got a basketball episode. And guys, LeBron! As we saw last night, the Lakers beat the Mavericks 107-99 behind Luka's revenge triple-double and another great game from the GOAT, LeBron James. The Lakers are 8-2 in their last 10, probably the hottest team in the NBA. What do you guys think about the last game? What do you think about the Lakers team now that they're finally all coming together?
Personally, I love last night. That was awesome. But to start the debate, they cannot win a 7-game series. I don't think they can.
I can't believe we're coming out like this right now. This is crazy.
Started.
I'm not gonna lie. I have to side with him there. I mean, it's just there's not a lot of depth on this team, and especially they lack a big. Jackson Hayes can't get it done by himself. No. I can't see this team going that far. I mean, I love Luka. I love LeBron. He had a great performance last night, triple-double. I just can't see them going that far with Jackson Hayes starting.
I'm going to have to stop you right there. The first in defense in the last 18 games, I believe. Who needs a center? We just saw what they did to Jokic.
You're going to need a center against a team like the Thunder.
They're throwing Vando and they're throwing Rui at these guys, and it's working right now. I think J.J. Redick, obviously he's a Coach of the Year candidate right now. I think I love what he's doing out there. But, I mean, it's like Jokic versus Jackson Hayes. All right, when you look at that, it's like, dude, that's the worst matchup ever. But J.J. Redick knows what he's doing. He made him work. He put Vando on him full court, brought him down to Rui, tires him out. I think when you are lacking a great big down there, like Anthony Davis was, I think J.J. Redick's done a great job within, trying to find a way around that.
I mean, J.J. Redick, I think he said himself that he stayed up, all night for the few nights beforehand, just game prepping for Jokic, and he seemed to do a good job. When you go into a playoff setting, like you said, it's entirely different game. But I don't really think that the sample size has been big enough to really dismiss this team as a real contender yet. I think they look great. I mean, the center problem has been an issue. It definitely is an issue. You're going to want one come playoff time. But honestly, just watching them bounce off of each other when playing has been really awesome to watch. Oh, yeah. It's been great.
I mean, the reason why I say that they can't win in a 7-game series is because the other team, they will put in the nights. Like J.J. Redick, he did 2 nights, no sleep. The other team, they will put in that work, and they will make sure that they can lock down Luka and LeBron.
The Lakers are the 4 seed right now, too. So if playoffs were to start today, they'd be going against the Rockets and a very young, hungry team like the Rockets. I don't know how far that series goes. I don't know how it's going to go, especially going into playoff time. We'll see. But
I think I would get the Lakers in that series. I'm not big on the Rockets.
I think so, too.
I think they just got a lot of I look at them like the Thunder last year. Yep. Just a team coming in, getting experience, and I could see them possibly going far if they're playing well.
Yeah.
I could see
I
that.
think, it's just, you cannot count this team out. I don't care if they're playing the Thunder, the Grizzlies, anyone in this league. I think you cannot count out a team of LeBron James and Luka Doncic. You're talking about the best basketball player of all time, debatably, and probably the second best player in the world right now. We were just watching that game yesterday. Luka was throwing that thing around like he was magic out there. Yeah. I mean, no looking backward passes to Reeves. And when you put him and Braun, probably the 2 best playmakers of all time, in the same court, I don't see how you're stopping that offense. Now, all the focus is on them. And you saw yesterday, Reeves gets to flourish. He gets to do what he does. He's got an incredible bag. That's just insane. But I don't see how you stop this offense right now.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. We got to ask the question. Do we think the Lakers can win it all? Yes or no?
I think so.
You're a good man.
Win it all? That's a tricky question because I really don't think there's anyone better than the Celtics right now.
Yeah.
I really don't think you put the Celtics in a playoff setting against the Lakers. I think I got the Celtics in 4 or 5. If I'm being honest.
I would even take a team like the Cavs or even the Thunder, going into this year, getting Hartenstein. Hartenstein was a huge pickup for them, getting everything. They needed that extra big to complement Chet, and they got him. And I don't see I don't know how J.J. Redick did it against Jokic, and I hope he could figure it out against the Thunder. But
gotta see if they keep it up.
Yeah, we have to see, honestly. But with this, the potential this team has is unbelievable. I mean, they could easily win a championship, and they could easily lose in the first round. It's not,
go either way.
This team's very up in the air, which is the scary part about them, but the best part is you have LeBron and Luka, so you can make anything happen.
I mean, LeBron gets a 5th ring. Is it even a debate anymore?
I don't think it's a debate right now, but we don't got to talk about that right now. Jack, what do we think?
I don't know. Against, like he said, against Boston, against Cleveland, I don't know. maybe OKC too. They are young, but I could definitely see them making a run. But like I said, I just don't think that when teams put in like weeks worth of game planning against the Lakers, I think they might not be able to pull that off.
Yeah, I agree with all you guys are saying, but I'm just side with Shane and Sharp on this one. Lakers in 5.
It's a 5.
All right, moving on. We got another team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They destroyed the Magic last night. I'm sorry, Wells, but it was bad. And they got the NBA best record, 48-10. They look pretty scary right now. Do you guys think they could go far, maybe to the finals through Boston?
I think it's an easy Eastern Conference Finals appearance for them. I don't think they can get past Boston just yet because Boston's just way too experienced. And I hate saying that as a Sixers fan, but you got to give them props. But I think the Cavs look really good this year, and I think they'll probably give them a series, but I don't think they're ready just yet, the way I see it.
Yeah, I like this Cleveland team, but like in the beginning of the year, like during the play-in, not the play-in, the in-season tournament, like they got beat by the Hawks. Like, come on, it's the Hawks.
Yeah.
I mean, every team does drop those games, though. I feel like that's just some teams need to lose those games to improve. So
Agreed.
Personally, I think the Cavs are probably the best team in basketball right now. I think if I were to predict who would win the finals today, I would say the Cavs. I love Evan Mobley.
Dang, all right.
I love Donovan Mitchell. I think Darius Garland also adds a great spark to this team. They also have so many players on the bench, too, that they could go to, like Karis LeVert.
They do have all the pieces.
They got a lot of good pieces, like you said, and I just think they're a very good team this year.
Yeah, I also think that DeAndre Hunter trade helped them tremendous. I mean, last night Darius Garland had like 11. I mean, not Darius Garland. Donovan Mitchell had like 11 points, but Hunter put up 17. So it's like when you got 4 guys putting up 15 each, it's like it's going to be a hard team to beat going down the road.
Yeah.
I will say Celtics did win 2 of the 3 games they've played this year, but the next one is coming in just 2 days. I will be watching.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We're going to head to the board for this one. We got playoff threats. Every year we got a bunch of teams that go under the radar, win maybe a series or 2, maybe even the Western Conference. So we're all going to go around here and give our number 1 team that we think will be the biggest threat in the playoffs. Ryan, let's go.
So I have Jimmy Butler and the Warriors. This fit has looked great so far. They've won 6 of their last 7, and Butler's been playing really solid. You got a team with the Warriors that's just so experienced when it comes to playoff time. You got guys like Steph and Draymond. And surprisingly, Draymond and Jimmy haven't had any issues yet, so we'll see how long that lasts. But I think with a team filled with playoff risers like Jimmy and Steph, I think they have the chance to make a serious run here.
Yeah, I could get behind that. I think.
I like that too.
Yeah, Jimmy's fitting on this team like a glove right now. It's really cool to watch because they're like playing him on the pick and roll, and he's the one rolling. So it's been pretty cool to watch. Defensively, obviously, he's going to give you all he has, and obviously he's playing a lot harder than he did in Miami. So it actually looks fun. Yeah, it's weird because like him and Draymond, like they have the same energy. Like they feed off of each other. They really do.
Yeah, I was scared that we were getting like another Draymond Poole situation with the punch,
Yeah.
but apparently that hasn't happened yet. And I love this Warriors team right now.
Yeah, they look good. I wouldn't be surprised if they win a series or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, listen, like I was saying up there, they're getting along for now. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see if that lasts.
for now.
There's a lot
For
of season
they
left
got
to
a little
play.
while longer.
Yeah.
All right, so for my team, I picked the Detroit Pistons. This team is on a 7-game win streak right now. They're a 6 seed, and I think they could make a run if they do manage to stay out of the play-in. If they do play in the play-in, I don't think there's as good of a chance that they can make a deep playoff run, but I think this team's young, got a lot of heart. You get Jaden Ivey coming back from a broken fibula soon, a few weeks, I believe. And I just really like the way Jalen Duren's been playing, Asar Thompson. I mean, this team has a lot of heart, and they could go very far, in my opinion.
I mean, Cade Cunningham, he looks like the
unbelievable.
real
the
deal.
real
He's been playing incredible.
Another thing I really do like about this team, as you could tell, I love these young teams. I think they could get that
They play
spark.
harder.
Yeah, they play hard. They're very tough. Like, I think those teams are like great underdogs. I'm a big underdog story guy. Like, these guys, this team could definitely go far if they get it all together.
If they sneak in, I could totally see them winning a series,
I think
especially
right
if
now
they
they
play
sit at
Knicks in the first
7
round.
or 6. Yeah. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Now if they hit
I don't
the
know if I
Knicks
trust
first
the
round,
Knicks.
the
I'm
Knicks look
scared.
shaky right now, but if
They
they hit
do.
them in the first round.
That's another reason why I picked them
know.
too. They are the 6 seed right now, and if they were to play, they would be playing the Knicks. And the Knicks, with me, like, too many guys. Like, there's not enough depth.
Yeah.
There's not enough depth. These players get too many minutes too.
Yeah, it's the Thibodeau problem.
Yeah.
He just runs his player into the ground, and it always shows come playoff time.
No, yeah. I'm going to have to agree with you guys this time. I don't like – I thought the Knicks – I'm a Knicks fan, so I thought the Knicks last year, we looked way more intimidating. I think they just played with way more heart. Right now we have the stars, but it just looks like they're just not playing with as much grit as they should be.
Right.
Jack, what do you got for us?
Speaking of my Knicks, that is my team. That's my team.
Oh, yeah.
I understand that right now, they're not playing that good. They're 0-7 against Cleveland, Boston, OKC. I understand all of that. But if you look at their 2 playoff series wins in the last 2 years, the key factor was offensive rebounding, Mitchell Robinson. He has not been in this season. He has not played. And it's tough to watch as a Knicks fan. But against Cleveland, if you go back and watch that 5-game series in 2023, that Mitchell Robinson, the offensive rebounding, incredible. Last year against it was against the Sixers, and Mitchell Robinson, he had that against that injury against Joel Embiid, and I will forever hate Joel Embiid for that, and I'm happy that they're pretty bad. But if Mitchell Robinson comes back and he can get some chemistry going on with Cat, I see this team making a deep run. I understand the depth. It's not quite there, but if Coach Thibodeau, if he can get the minutes, down, get some more guys in the rotation, I don't see who can beat this team.
Yeah, I honestly feel like, this is like my hottest take. I don't think the Knicks are going to win anything with Jalen Brunson. I just think his play style, and I'm a big Knicks fan, I think his play style is a lot like Carmelo Anthony's. I think they need the ball in their hands. They need to get those shots up. Yes, I think he's an awesome player, clutch player, but I hope he proves me wrong, and I hope the Knicks can do it, but I just think a team with this much talent, they can't be losing games like this.
He played great against the Sixers last year, but I also remember his shooting numbers were not pretty.
Not too great.
No, they were not good.
Yeah. All right. Got mine next. All right. We're going to start talking about the future here. There he is, Ant Edwards. That's the boy averaging almost 30 points a game throughout his playoff career. The Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals last year. Obviously, they traded Cat, so they got a little worse there. But depth. Depth is a huge piece coming in the playoffs. So all these guys are going to get tired eventually. 82 games wears out a lot of guys. Now they got all these guys on the bench. Also, probably the best defensive team in the league still. And I think one of the biggest things in the league is your centers, because you got to run into Jokic. We talked about the Lakers before. They found a different way to do it. But the Timberwolves, you got Rudy Gobert, you got Jaden McDaniels, got all these different guys to throw at him. I think there's a ton of different ways they can win these series. And one guy we got to talk about, Naz Reid, absolute baller right now. He's got 20 points last 5 games. He's probably got the most ridiculous handles I've ever seen for a big man. And yeah, I think guys like DiVincenzo, they're going to play their part in the playoffs and help provide this run. But I do think Julius Randle will be the one that dictates how far this team can go. I think the Knicks, they did great without him last year, but we'll see if he can provide a spark to the Timberwolves team and really help them get going in the playoffs.
Do you really trust Julius Randle come playoff
Absolutely
time?
not. Absolutely not. No way. Yeah. But I do think this team is way too talented to say. I mean, they're a 7 seed right now. So right now, if they went into the playoff, they play the Grizzlies, who look really good. But I wouldn't be shocked if Ant Edwards has a crazy series and all these guys on the bench start stepping up and they pull out a win.
We already saw it in the playoffs last year. Yeah. I mean, he could do it.
Yeah,
he
can do it.
He has that turn on. Like he turns it on during the playoffs, man.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We're going to blind rank. All right, so we're blind ranking 50-point games. We're going to see who has the most 50-point games in their career, 1 to 5. We'll put 1 as the guy who has the most 50-point games, 5 being who has the least. We're going to get 5 players. Let's start right here. KD, 50-point games. I feel like he doesn't have that many.
No.
I would put
I think this is a throw-off one. I think he's trying to throw us off here because one of the best scorers of all time.
I feel like I haven't seen a KD 50 bomber.
Yeah.
Since when?
a while.
Yeah.
Like even his like best performances are usually like in the 40s.
Right.
I feel like.
So what do we put in bottom?
I would put 4.
4?
Me too, yeah.
I like 4.
All right, we'll stick with 4. We got KD at 4.
Shaq.
I mean,
This can't be a trick. This has to be 5, right? Oh no,
There's no-
He's definitely had.
no, he's definitely had his fair
More than
share of
He's had his
50-point
fair share.
games, but I don't know, like ranking wise.
Damn, this is gonna be the one that we really mess up on.
Yeah.
This is like either he has an insane amount or he just has none, and we're just gonna look stupid regardless. What are we doing?
I think it's more likely he has more 50-point games than Kevin Durant, I think. Which is kind of crazy given that Kevin Durant's just like one of the greatest scorers ever.
But also,
I think
we are
that's the
talking about
case.
one of the most dominant players in basketball history as well. I'm cool with throwing him at 3.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, we're going to throw Shaq at 3, KD at 4, Russ. I think this has got to be 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean
he is a fair.
It's like
he
unless
is
we
an
get like a
amount.
Harden or one of those type of guys. I mean, who? I feel like he has so many 50-point games. Or am I just crazy?
he does. No, during that triple-double
Yeah,
stretch,
that's right.
he was going
During
on.
that stretch of the Thunder, yeah, he was losing his mind. What do you want to put him at? We got 3 and 4 filled out right now, so it's got to be the 2 or the 1, right?
Right.
I mean,
I'll throw him at the 2.
We're putting 2. We're banking on like a Harden level kind of guy here now.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm comfortable
we can
with
hope.
that.
All right, we got the 2, 3, and the 4. Carmelo.
Melo. I mean,
I would also put him below KD.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think
I'm not
can't
comfortable
No.
putting him at 1.
No.
So.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
we're gonna put Melo at 5.
Yeah.
Who's our 1?
Damn.
Dame.
All right, that's not
I think
horrible.
that'd be-
Could be
I-
worse.
I-
Could be
that's
worse.
not-
That could, all right.
I think realistically he would be like the 2 or the. I'm gonna say Russ is probably the 1 in this.
Yeah.
But I think Dame is probably 2 or 3.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Dame has the
Damn.
Wow. KD has 9?
Damn it, Shaq was at
Shaq
bottom.
has disappointed me. Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
All
You
right.
just went down to my all-time
Hey, it
list.
could have been worse. If we flipped KD, actually, you know what? This might have been pretty bad. We did. Yeah, no, we didn't get a single one actually. Damn. All right. So
We got Dame first.
No
We
for
got
next
Dame
time.
first.
Dame,
No for next time. We gotta lock in and get our 50-point games down for sure. But moving on, we're gonna go over some guys who we think underachieved this season, who are disappointing us, and yeah. So let's talk about it. Starting off you.
I mean, he's been hurt this year, so I'll give him that. But Paolo Banchero has been really abysmal efficiency-wise. His mid-range, I don't know if you guys saw the clip the other day of him and Gorgeous and Yang going at each other, and Yang tells
I saw
him,
that.
keep shooting that mid-range, see where that gets you. And he's right. Overall, Banchero's shooting only 30% from beyond and only 39% total. If you watch those games, it really just seems like Franz Wagner just looks like the better player between the two. Like I said, Banchero's been hurt, but the play has been pretty hard to watch.
I'm a big Paulo guy. I think his game kind of reminds me of LeBron a little bit.
But he doesn't use it like LeBron uses it. I think that's his problem.
I always have fun watching him play. I think before he got hurt, he was killing it. He looked amazing.
It's disappointing too because I feel like him and Franz would be so great
Yeah,
if they were
right?
both playing just at the top of their level. I like Franz Wagner a lot. I think he's one of the most underrated players in the
for
league,
sure.
definitely. So the fact that Paulo hasn't been like playing up to that standard disappoints me a little bit.
I like you brought up the LeBron comparison because he does have that LeBron James style build and even that play style sometimes. But I think he shoots like he's rather Kevin Durant or like kind of more in that same vein of those mid-range jumpers like that I was mentioning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Me personally, this might be a little bit of a hot take.
Oh, this is actually mine. This is
this is
my
yours.
hot take. This is LaMelo.
Yeah, I saw
So
this.
I have LaMelo Ball. He's only been averaging 15 since the All-Star break, and he was considered an All-Star snub before that. But honestly, the way this Hornets team looks, I feel LaMelo Ball should be able to, I don't think he's able to win. He's able to put up the stats. He's able to play great basketball, but I don't think he can win. I mean, they only scored 100 points once since the All-Star break. They've been having like 88, 88, 92. And Miles Bridges has been outperforming him too. I know he's dealing with some ankle soreness too. I saw that, but
Those ankles.
yeah,
Always hurting him.
those ball ankles.
Yeah,
I don't know.
brand.
So I hope he recovers soon, and I really hope he could get this Hornets team some wins just for like some momentum. I mean,
Hopefully.
you want to tank for a draft pick, some would say, but LaMelo just needs to get this team going. He needs to just get everyone together and really be a leader, which is I think it's what they're lacking.
Yeah, I do think he's a really good scorer, great playmaker. I think his biggest thing is just efficiency. He's just so inefficient. He puts up, like, he has games where he puts up like 35 shots.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's
like, he's a reason why they beat the
Yeah,
Lakers coming out of the
yes,
All-Star break.
yeah.
The Mark
Yeah.
Williams revenge game. It was because of LaMelo.
Yeah,
he
the
had
Mark
27.
Williams are hey,
He
we
was
got to
playing
point
good.
out LeBron gamed one on Mark Williams.
He did
that
game
was,
one on Mark
that was
Williams,
awesome. My GOAT. But yeah, all right.
Yeah.
What you got for us?
When I take Steph,
Dang.
I'm gonna throw some stats at you guys. The sixth lowest in his career points per game is 23. He's averaging that right now. 43% from the field, third lowest in his career. 40% from three, third lowest in his career. And 55.9 effective field goal percentage is the sixth lowest in his career. The team around him, especially with Jimmy, it's a lot better. But come playoff time, this is the guy that you want to rely on. I understand Jimmy, playoff Jimmy. Maybe we can see that, but Steph right now, he's got to up his game.
I feel like 40% from three. If that makes you a bad player, I
want
that.
Okay, what was the question?
The question is someone you think is
need to do better.
underachieving this year.
Underachieving, 100%.
I wouldn't say he's necessarily underachieving.
Also, you got to realize
He did
too,
look rough to start the year.
Yeah,
I do
he was
remember
shooting.
that.
He definitely
I
looked
do
rough.
remember
He's
that.
definitely gotten better, but in my opinion, if they want to win in the postseason, it's going to come from him.
You also
Yeah.
got to look at too. I feel like LeBron is a big reason why I feel like longevity is very overshadowed in the league because of LeBron. You have guys like Harden who are 35, guys like Curry that are still putting up, even KD at 35 years old, putting up phenomenal numbers. But you also have to realize they're gonna regress, and it's okay. But he's still playing unbelievable for his age. Like, I feel like that's something we stress a lot with LeBron, and it's something we should stress a lot more with a lot of different players. Even a guy like Russ, reviving his career on the Nuggets, becoming like a six-man of the year candidate. So,
I mean, do we think he's at the age where he still has the motor to play like he
I think
does,
so.
the
I mean,
constantly moving?
Yeah, I mean,
plays
that's
that
the-
he
that's
has?
the game.
Can he
I think
do
we
that
saw
in
him
the
do it over the
playoffs?
summer in the Olympics.
Yeah,
I
we saw that. That was pretty good.
I think once he gets to the playoffs, he's a different animal. I don't think there's anyone in the league you'd rather have with the ball.
Like I said, they look good right now.
good.
I think they'll be hot.
and unlike LaMelo, he's a leader. He's a winner too.
His team can win
He's
some
a
damn
winner.
games.
He's a winner.
No, yeah. All right, mine. This one hurts a lot. It's got to be Mikal
yes.
Bridges, man.
Yeah.
It is so disappointing what he's doing out there. I'm gonna throw a stat at you right now. Mikal Bridges, we all went. I mean, the Knicks went out, not me. I'm not on the team, but the Knicks went out and they got Mikal Bridges, and they thought, okay, we get him. We're the best wing tandem duo defensively in the league to pair up against the Celtics. Mikal Bridges has been the primary defender on Jason Tatum for 68.6 possessions across three games this season, and Jason Tatum's stats against him: 8 of 13 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3, 7 assists, 0 turnovers. That is his highest field goal percentage against any defender with 60 possessions this season. Mikal Bridges, I don't know what has happened to this guy. He has completely fell off a cliff. He's been so inconsistent this season shooting the ball, which has been such a concern because coming in, he was a great three-point shooter. And then he came into the season and decided to change his jump shot for whatever reason. I felt like the Knicks were getting an upgrade by getting him and leaving DiVincenzo away. But for some reason, it hasn't worked out for them. And I mean, you give 5 first-rounders for this guy, hoping he pushes you over to the championship level. And right now, they're 0-7 agast top 2 seeds on both sides of the conferences.
I mean, I really don't think they've ever should given up five first-rounders for him. He was good player, very quality role player in Phoenix, and he was putting up okay numbers as the leader in Brooklyn, but he does not have that kind of value.
5 firsts was a lot, but when you look at the Knicks, it's like they could throw those away because they haven't hit on a first-round pick since maybe like Patrick Ewing. It's been a real long time for them. I think like it hurts so bad for the Knicks because it's like you have 5 players that like on your starting lineup that are legitimate, could be stars, and it just hasn't panned out for them. And I feel like them losing all those games just shows that there's levels between the Boston and the Cavs, Boston Celtics and the Cavs, so the 1 and the 2 between the 3. And yeah, I mean, I hope they turn it around by the playoffs, but we'll see if that actually happens. But moving on, we're going to end this off. We talked about it a little bit before this. Cooper Flagg, he's been the talking point for maybe 3 years now until he finally has been able to enter the draft. We'll see if he actually does enter the draft. There's been some talks that he might stay in college. But what do you guys think? Do you think he's going to stay in college? Do you think he's going to come out?
I think Cooper Flagg should stay. I think he should stay because we're seeing a repeating pattern, especially in the NFL, that the older players in college are outperforming the younger rookies. So I think Cooper Flagg should try to translate it to basketball. I think he should try to keep balling out at Duke and just give it one more season, because then you have guys like, obviously Bronny is no Cooper Flagg. He's no generational monster, but guys like him, you need to develop as a player. Regardless of how good you are, you need to develop from high school, college, NBA. You just need to develop. That's my opinion.
I would love to see him develop a little bit more. I mean, if you watch his games, like it's definitely it's decent to watch, but in my opinion, it's not polished. It's not polished.
I agree. I think he could definitely get more experience.
Yeah.
Let's say he comes back for a year and gets hurt.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't
that
have
happens
that.
then.
Yeah, that's
he's
a big
gonna
thing
lose
for
his
me.
position,
I feel like he's
definitely.
too good of a prospect to sit and stay another year. I mean, like you're pretty much. I'm not saying guaranteed, but you're pretty much the number one pick.
Yeah.
Like it's just him, Dylan Harper, and Ace Bailey right now. I think he's got that one locked up. I will say that my number one reason for him to stay in college to get that experience is he needs to be better in the clutch. I don't know what happens to this guy,
100% agree.
but when he has the ball with maybe 24 seconds left, it turns into like a water slide on the court, and this guy's slipping on the floor, losing the ball. I don't know what.
He's
He's
panicking.
He's got to
getting
figure that out.
frantic.
Yeah.
When he knows he has the ability to do these things, but he's getting frantic because he doesn't know how to. And like you said, he needs to be polished. So that's why I think he should stay.
I mean, okay, so like hypothetically, March Madness is coming up. What happens if Duke goes on and wins the whole thing?
I think that shows him.
Do they draft?
I think he's got to leave on the high note. You
Yeah,
won the
exactly.
championship,
You gotta-
and you're
you
going to be
gotta
the number one
leave, you
pick.
win.
And that would show
It's a
that he's a
dream.
clutch player. He won March
Exactly.
Madness. I mean,
Yeah.
I just think you can't pass up getting that NBA money.
Yeah, I feel
as
like
soon, as soon as
if
possible.
he wins the championship,
you know?
I feel like your stock can't possibly get any higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is your peak right there. I think you'd have to go out and hopefully get drafted by a decent team, not the Washington Wizards, hopefully not. But yeah, all right, well, that is all we got today for 360 Sports. Shout out LeBron, shout out Luka, shout out the little Lakers. But yeah, that's all we got for today. Thank you for watching.